Hello and welcome to our latest website review here at eCommerce MasterPlan. My name's Chloe Thomas. I'm going to be taking you through today's review, and today we're reviewing something a little bit different in that we are, for the first time, I think it's the first time, yes, definitely the first time, we're reviewing a site that's not a UK site. This time we're reviewing a site from Ireland, so that's going to be a bit different. There's a few other different things about this site as we go through, so there's going to be a few interesting ideas cropping up for all of you here. As I said, my name is Chloe Thomas. I'm the author of eCommerce MasterPlan, Your 3 Steps to Successful Online Selling, and also the very recently published eCommerce Marketing, How to Drive Traffic That Buys to Your Website. Now, both of these are available in ebook format on pretty much every device known to man, including iTunes and the Kindle and the Kobo. They're also both available to buy in print on Amazon or any good bookshop you could order them, or you can go to ecommercemasterplan.com/books, where you can get the pair for £15. Usually they're £9.99 each, so a little bit of a saving there. So just go to ecommercemasterplan.com/books if you want to find out more about all the different things that are available to you in your e-commerce world. Now, this is the structure of the first book I came up with, eCommerce Masterplan, which runs through your 3 steps to successful online selling. And today is part of the second step, establishing those core foundations, which involves building the right website. So this live review will help you if you are currently in the process of building a website, or if you've got a website that you want to improve. There's a number of other reviews currently available on YouTube and on the website, and make sure you sign up to our YouTube channel to make sure you catch up with all our latest reviews. We usually do one a month, and you can sign up for your own right on the website. But that's more than enough about me and eCommerce Masterplan. Let's get on with our review. Well, today we are looking at Purchase.ie, which is an online-only website which has a niche/middle product range scale, which means that a niche product range scale is a business which has just one type of product. They just sell pens, or they just sell tea towels, or they just sell hovercrafts. Department store means you sell everything. So at the department store, which is the very far end of the scale, we have the likes of Amazon and eBay. And this site has quite a wide range of products, but as you're going to see, the USP of this website is even its products and its product selection. So they're not purely niche, but they're somewhere towards the niche side of middle on that product range scale. The USP, as I said already, is products. So that's the thing which makes this site different, is the products it stocks and the way in which it selected those products and pulled them together. So without more ado, let's take a look at the website itself. So here is Purchase.ie, and as it should become quite clear to you, the reason products is the USP of this business is that it is all about saving energy, conserving water, reducing waste, which is really nicely and clearly delivered as an idea by the header there. So we have the quite straightforward and obvious subline there, or subheading, save energy, conserve water, reduce waste. We also have a globe with the recycling imagery going round it, and rather nicely we have the fact that this business was a Green Awards 2012 finalist, so putting the green side of things really front and centre there for us. So it's really clear that this site's core tenet is its green activity. Now, the other thing to say about this header before we dive into it, which makes this site quite different from a lot of others we've looked at, is that here we actually have some advertising going on. So that sign up now with a £75 offer, that's a Google advertising banner. So the owner of this site decided that, as well as, actually I'm just going to reload it to see, so you can see a different ad coming up. Oh no, Google's just all about trying to sell me AdWords today, so we'll let it carry on with that. That's a very prominent position to be putting an ad in, and ads are controversial things on e-commerce sites. Many businesses don't put them on because they feel they either detract from the brand or they push people off the website. However, with less than well, certainly less than 5% converting or leaving data on most e-commerce sites, you've got to ask the question, and maybe having ads is a good idea for us. I'd be fascinated to know how well it works for this business, because it's a really prominent position. It is pushing the products down the site. So we have those ads. It'd be interesting to see if they continue onto other pages of the site. Actually, this is a good moment to say that these reviews I try and do blind. So yes, I have been on this site to very quickly just get an idea of the structure of the business, so if it's online only, what the product range scale is, what the USPs are, but I like to come to them fresh. So I haven't yet gone any deeper than this homepage, just so I can bring you my real live thoughts without them getting filtered. The other different thing which we see here, as this is an Irish site rather than a UK site, is very boldly there is the shipping to over 30 countries. Now the Irish population is less than half the size of Birmingham's population, so it's a small marketplace, which is why you'll find a lot of Irish businesses are a lot more clued up and a lot more ready to go international than you'll find in the UK. Most UK businesses, it's way down the list. For an Irish business though, it's often in that first, second year agenda is how do we ship internationally, because that's where the marketplace is for them. Hence we have that shipping to over 30 countries with the very clear logos going on top right there, which fits as well as this is a site which has an unusual selection of products, which it's hard to find in other places. We've also got in the header a really nice obvious newsletter sign up. Could be worth adding to that some kind of freebie to encourage the newsletter sign up. So for example, as this is a site with such a focused message, to be putting an get our top 10 tips to saving energy as a newsletter welcome program could be a very powerful way of increasing the data you're getting through there, and the number of sign-ups you're getting, I should say. So that's something I would most definitely go and do, because you're in this site is in a niche that opens it up to creating some great content. So why not make sure that email address is rewarding them with something for giving it to you? It would be a very easy thing to add in. So let's carry on down then. So we have a header bar. It's got us where we've got home, shop, news, blog, about us, contact us. What we don't have at this point is any real guidance on how to get into our products on this header bar. So that's something where it may well be worth having. As we scroll down, we then find there are different categories of these green products. We have camping products, cleaning products, we've got energy saving products, garden products, office, water saving, waste reduction. We've got some really clear, straightforward categories going on down here, but we don't have any way into them at this top bit. We have to scroll a long way down the page before we start to get into the clear product areas, those clear product categories. So I would consider adding some of that navigation to the top. Also here we have, I rather like these scrolling products. We've got top sellers here on the left hand side, which is taking us through some products which I don't think it's immediately apparent what all of them are. So I love the fact that we've got the image, we've then got the name of the product, then we've got a nice two-liner that explains why we need this product. So we've got instant hot water without needing to switch on the immersion. It's very clear that that's going to be saving us money. We've got energy monitors, which just quickly shows you what it is, and then we have a link which says details on or view more on and so forth. Now one thing which, as we're scrolling through these, I'm thinking about is that there's no buy call to action, so I'd have a buy button on every single one of these. What on earth is that? Oh, clever. Like a draft excluder for your chimney. So these are quite some quite fascinating products. So I'd have a buy button on these. The other thing which I would also consider doing is over on the right hand side in our newly added products, which is another great selection to be having. There are a couple of products in there which it's not immediately obvious what their relationship is to the green ideals. So somewhere in here there is a ladder, one for stopping your ladder from falling. Now that is, I'm struggling to see how that's related to a green product. So yes, it might be that you're going to be selling lots of those. That's great, but let's not put it front and center on the homepage because it's detracting from that core area. This SureStep Pro. So that's one to consider, maybe not having quite so front and center. In the middle then we have a deal of the month, tips to counter energy price increases, which looks like, I'm a little bit confused, I'll be brutally honest about that. I'm guessing that we get those tips if we go and follow Purchase.ie on Google+, which is a great idea for, as we were talking about with the newsletter sign up, is a great way of increasing data to give someone in something in return. Now, what I would make it more clear in this particular box is exactly what that deal of the month is, or promotion of the month, and just make it a bit of a clearer call to action, because I'm not entirely sure what we do to get any of those things at the moment. Then we have this category selection, which I rather like because it's giving me a clear guidance as to which products are on this site. It's the first thing on this whole page that really explains the sorts of products that are being sold here. So it's really useful from that point of view. The one thing I would say is it would be worth trying to standardize the images in some way. So we have some which are clearly individual products, some which are some form of logo. We've got some which are full squares and not cutouts. We've got one which has got a lovely little rolling around the edge. Just framing everyone up or standardizing what sort of graphics are going to be used would clean this up a little bit and make it a little bit more attractive. What I'd be tempted to do is to go with the straightforward cutout product images, because the chances are you've got lots of those, and then that will make it really easy to put those images together, because obviously we want to keep it simple, we want to keep it efficient. And that would be my thoughts. Then down the bottom here we've got clear links to the various social media profiles. We've got some great about us information. We've got the contact info, some nice security logos, which are always good, and we've got a little basket reminder and a discount coupon code. I'm not quite sure why the discount coupon code would be in the footer. Usually you put that in the checkout, but I don't know how this site works, so we'll leave that one be. One thing which is flagging up here with me is the fact you've got some customer testimonials, so we're just going to have a look at those. Because what we don't have anywhere on the website is any kind of trust building activity other than the award. We don't have anything to say customers love us. Great. We don't have anything about delivery guarantees. We don't have anything to increase customers' trust in us to make them think this is the site I want to buy from. Now we have nothing from 2013, but we have some great things from 2010. Now, either I would see, that is a great little testimonial that you could put on the home page or have on different pages through the site. I'm not sure you necessarily need, the delivery was fast and the packaging excellent. What more do you need really in a testimonial for an e-commerce site? I would make sure you've got some 2013 ones on here. Let's get that updated, especially as we run in towards Christmas. And I would also be tempted to potentially remove the dates. If you're not going to keep it totally up to date, I would get rid of the dates. I would also use these testimonials in other places around the website. Adding them in the shopping cart can make a big difference on conversion. So if you've got some testimonials there of, I bought this, it arrived quickly, packaging was great, product's amazing, I will definitely come back. To put that next to the checkout button is a very powerful way of removing those last minute questions that people have about converting. Now let's come back to the home page again. So what I want to do now is to go through and take a look at some products. So I'm going to find out what's going on with the shop area if I go into the shop. So this has immediately taken me into viewing all products together with some element of sub menu going on here. What I don't have here is that full list of categories that we had on the home page. And actually, I don't think you'd want to be taking people through to view all products when they go through to shop. I would have thought it would be better to present them with some bestsellers and to help them work their way through the products, just to make that navigation a little bit easier. It might be that people who are after buying green items are very much about seeing what ways they can make their existence green, but I would have thought it would be more a case of problem solving. So the energy saving section, the waste management section, gift ideas, so driving people into those a bit more clearly at this point. The view all products option, I would make sure, I really hope that your Kelly outdoor kettle kits is your #1 bestseller. Really, really hope that is the case, and that chimney balloons is your second bestseller, because if you're driving people through to a page that's got everything on it, then you really want to make sure you've got those bestsellers front and center. For this actual product layout that we've got going on here, I rather like it because, as I said earlier, a lot of these products are quite complex. And the chimney balloons caught my eye earlier because I had no idea what that was. So you need to have some product copy here so people understand what they're looking for, what they want to be buying. There's got to be some level of education. So I actually rather like this. The thing I don't like about this page is that the view button is larger with bigger text, or appears to be larger with bigger text than you've got for the add to basket part. So I would make sure that the add to basket is bigger or more prominent. Also, some of these products are going to be, here we go, we do have some products that have a straightforward price. So those ones are easy to add to the basket, whereas we've got others which have pricing options. So let's carry on with our chimney balloons, because let's have a look. Some great product copy here, so you know exactly what you're getting, exactly how it works. We've also got additional images, which is great. Then we have some clear explanation of the different sizes, which I'm going to guess relate to different prices. Okay, which are down here. And so then we select, and then we can buy, and we've even got a video explaining what they do. That's brilliant. And guides to finding the right one. That's excellent. What I would do is I'd want this section. Actually, I'm 50-50 on this. It would be good to test having this part here further up, so people could quickly buy if they know the one they want. Because actually, by the time you've got down to here, that looks like a bit of a full stop on the page. Then we've got a video, and then we carry on down through. So, and then we've got an offer, which I nearly missed. So that needs to be clearer. Or made more of, because that's quite nice, especially as that's to help you out. This sizing information, I would combine this section here with this section here, or at least have them so they are nearer each other, because by the time I get down here, 24 by 12 inch rectangular chimney balloon plus inflation tube. I've no idea whether that's going to work for me or not. Whereas up here, I get some explanation of the fact that it tends to suit unlined flues in Victorian houses. Brilliant. Okay, great. And we also know somewhere along here we've got a how to measure which chimney balloon size you need, which is another very useful part. So I would try and zone the content on this page a little bit better. Put the information that's critical to buying, which is your balloon sizes and how to measure your chimney, have all of that near your buy and your add to basket button. Then I would have zone the other parts, you know, kind of how to install, etc., at other points through here. So it might even be that you put the how to install information onto a separate page so that then you can drive people there after they've purchased it. But I love the level of content on here. It's absolutely brilliant. And if you haven't got a Pinterest site, I would have thought there's a Pinterest social media series of boards crying out to be made here with these products, with the great images and the great videos that go with them, because you can, as you'll know, you can pin both videos and images to your Pinterest. Let's take a look at another product and see how it works differently for another one. It's impressive the amount of work that's gone into getting this content right on this site. Let's find one that's a full price. Let's look at the radiator booster even. See, I like this with the video further up because it kind of, I always think a video is an alternative choice to reading all the text. So to put the video higher up means I don't have to bother reading it all before the point when I get to watch the video. So I quite like that. So there might be one to do on the other page. And there we have the product spec and that bit. Now this part about expert hardware stores throughout Ireland, I would add that below the add to basket item, or add item to basket even, because you've got someone there and then they're about to buy and you've said to them, or you could just go in store and buy it. Fine to give them that option, but I wouldn't put it before the point at which they're able to buy from you. So I would, I'd be tempted to move that below. So that's we've gone through the category page. We've had a look at these product pages. Actually, let's have a look as we go into seeing how these other pages are outlined. So again, we go into just a selection of the products that focus in on a particular area. Okay, cool. So one thing which always fascinates me slightly on websites is how news and blog are different. So let's go and have a look at the news area. So here we have some updates. So this news section is news that's going on around what's been happening at Purchase.ie, together with some more general energy saving, water conservation activity. So what's there for in the blog? Oh wow, wasn't expecting that. So here we have each of the different, I'm guessing each of these are separate blog posts. Or are they categories of blog posts? Let's go into product info and see what we get. Intriguing. So the product info link, but here we have We've got some great fitting instructions, and we've got some brilliant questions coming in on these as well. So it's, again, we've got some great content here, but this page is a little bit confusing as to where I'm going or how I'm getting into this information. So it might be worth just adding a little bit more of an explanation of what I get when I click on each of these, because we've got the latest post here, we've got other articles. So I would just make it a little bit easier to navigate, because I think and I would also make it so that people can see a bit more of an excerpt at this point, so they get maybe the first few hundred characters, or first few hundred characters of each blog post, and I'd make it so they don't have to scroll quite so far. But broadly speaking, it looks like there's some fantastic content backing up these products, which when you're going after a product USP is something which you really need to make sure you've got working for you. It's brilliant with the videos. We've got product recommendations going on. There's some fantastic content in here, which is great. Together with links to related blogs, which is always good. And we've got the social sharing buttons going on down the bottom as well. I would take a look at updating those social sharing buttons so you've got Pinterest on there as well, and just have a look at how much activity you're getting on each of the different options and then amend accordingly. But broadly speaking, that's looking good. Okay, so that is Purchase.ie, today's website review. So key things here for anyone who's any website really. Let's try and get some testimonials on the site. If we have just to build up those trust elements, if you have some, if you've gone after a product USP, make sure that your product USP is screaming from everywhere. So make sure you don't have products on the homepage which don't entirely fit with that USP, like the ladder piece, and leverage that information in order to increase your newsletter signups. Because if you are in a particular product area and you're giving people great information, then they've got a really good reason to be signing up with you. So make sure it's really clear for them that they're going to be getting value if they sign up for your newsletters, if they read your blogs. The other thing here I would do is just make things a little bit clearer. A few clearer call to actions as we go through, so slightly better navigation that takes people into these great category selections below, but also that just clears up areas like this to make it really obvious what people are going to get when they're clicking on those and why they should click on them in the first place. So there we have it, our first ever international site review. So thank you very much to the guys at Purchase.ie for submitting your site for review. And if anyone wants to submit their site for review, please do so at eCommerceMasterPlan.com. You'll find the links when you go to eCommerceMasterPlan.com/books, and you can also get copies of the books there, which are currently available at £15 for both of them. So thank you everyone very much for coming on today's or listening to this website review. And if you'd like a website review of your site, just go to eCommerceMasterPlan.com and follow the links. Thanks, bye.